Welcome back, folks. Today I have two exciting news for Sony shooters. It's very rare for me to be that optimistic and that excited about the Sony announcement. Usually in the past years we got maybe one exciting model per year and then some less exciting update or small upgrade or weird model FX2. Finally, I can tell you something. And it's not clickbait, it's not fake, it's real rumor where I'm certain of, okay? So you can hold me accountable. I will share two rumors basically. First, a rumor about the next high-end camera from Sony that will be on the market in May, and I have the name of the camera, will unveil it later in this video, so just stay tuned a tiny bit. And the second info is about potential two more exciting Sony cameras that will be announced soon after. Before we kick off talking about those cameras, a quick reminder, first of all, like this video to help me in the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button to not miss any of the upcoming rumors. So folks, are you ready for the next Sony camera announcement? Trusted sources, two trusted sources and also two new sources told me that the new Sony high-end camera will hit the market, be on the market in May. They didn't tell me when the announcement would happen, so I don't know if the announcement would happen, for example, early May and then shipment late May, or if the announcement will even happen sometimes in April. That's something I still don't know, and I hope that if you know more about that and the next announcement from any manufacturer, you can contact me using this email address in contact form and share the info you found on the web or you heard and so forth. Every info helps to get a clear picture. But basically, Sony will announce the new Sony Alpha A7R6. That's the first exciting camera announcement. There will be more exciting camera announcements. So don't worry, there is more to come. The Sony A7R6 is going to be on the market in May. Don't know if the announcement, like I told you, will happen before. And this is a small surprise because I was expecting the Sony A7R6 to be announced sometimes in October, November, because Sony has users to announce the big gear by end of the year, and before we get some updates of smaller models, something like a ZV camera or an aps-c camera or a ZV-1 or an FX2 like we got last year, or the FX3A with a different LCD screen on the back. And the trusted sources told me also why this is happening now. The Sony A7R6 is going to come now because Sony has many exciting camera announcements to come. And the sources also hinted me about the names of the next cameras, the next two cameras coming after the Sony A7R6. But I'm not going to be able to share it today because I'm working to get a double and triple confirmation. Because I don't make up stuff and I tell you always when things are boring. That's why, for example, in the past months I didn't make many videos because there was no camera announcement, and I'm not going to waste your time doing every day some makeup rumor video just for clickbaits. First of all, it's not what I want for myself as a lifestyle to be there on every day making those videos. I only want to make a video when I have excitement, that I feel excitement and I can share that excitement and I have reliable info. So now back to the Sony A7R6. Trusted sources share two details about the camera that I can share today, so that are 100% confirmed and reliable. First of all, the Sony A7R6 will use a new 66 point something megapixel sensor. The trusted source didn't yet say if it's a partially stacked, fully stacked, a normal sensor, but 66 point something megapixel resolution. So small increase over the A7R5, and also that it will have a new body. Don't expect like a crazy new body, but improvements on grip and something like this. I still didn't get details. I'm awaiting more details about that, but I should be able to get them soon. That's all I can tell you today. Now, a new source also shared a more detailed list of the Sony A7R6, but this is a new source, so I don't know if this is right or not. I'm going to now read you the few specs that he shared under the condition that you understand that this part is not confirmed and can be wrong, but what he shared sounds reasonable and some of the specs are probably correct anyway because They're taken over from the Sony A7R6 and other recent alpha full-frame camera announced by Sony, so I expect them to be right anyway, okay? But basically the first thing that he shared is that this new sensor is fully stacked, not partially stacked, so this would be a 67 megapixel, close to 67 megapixel, fully stacked sensor, which would make it a direct competitor to the Sony A1 series, which is the only full-frame stacked sensor available on alpha cameras. And this is great news, fully stacked sensor, super fast, high quality. They are more expensive than partially stacked sensor, but they give you just all the benefits of the latest Sony tech, which would mean it would make it more direct competitor to the Sony A1 II, and I expect the Sony A7R6 to be priced $1,500, $2,000 less than Sony A1 II. Probably this would kill some sales of the Sony A1 II. Makes me think maybe the Sony A1 III is coming, it's not so far out. But it will, if it's confirmed, it's a great sensor. Obviously, the rest of the specs are to be expected to be true anyway. He said it has the Bionic XR2 processor, which we already saw on the A7R6, 8.5 stops IBIS, which we already have on the Sony A7R6, 30 frames per second, 14-bit in electronic shutter mode. He didn't share info about what the mechanical shutter can do. Then it has some new AI autofocus models that he didn't specify exactly what it can do, but there are improvements also in that. 6 stop dynamic range using the DCG tech that the Sony A7R6 has, so this works only mechanical shutter, but it gives you a near one-stop improvement at low and mid ISO. It's something that you really see. We saw the test between the Sony A7IV and 5, and you see that dynamic range improvement. You would see that same improvement on the Sony A7R6. It would shoot 8K 30p, 4K 120p. He didn't say 8K 60p, if it can do it or not. Maybe he forgot, but it can do 10K oversampling. Also, the EVF would be the same resolution of the Sony A7R6, but with some improvements in brightness and so forth. So probably Sony did tweak. I have the Sony A7R6 that I'm using right now to record myself. The EVF is stunning, so I'm happy with it. Even if it would be the same, I would be happy. It's not something that where I feel that there needs to be a massive improvement, but apparently it has been improved here and there, slightly tweaked. If it's confirmed that it has a fully stacked sensor, this will be basically the jack of all trades. You get the high resolution, you get the high dynamic range that we saw first on the A7R6. You get the speed of a potential Sony A1 camera series for less price, for less dollars. So I can see this a very solid outlet that will sell in great quantity. But let me know in the comment system what you think about this. And again, if you have info about this camera and any camera announcement, lens announcement from any manufacturer, send me an email using this email address and contact form. Now, this is regarding Sony A7R6, and I told you, I'm sure that in May you will see this camera, that it has 66 point something megapixel and a new body. That I'm sure. That's something I know from reliable sources. 2 reliable sources also told me about the next 2 cameras that will come after the Sony A7R6, and I'm working to assume so. It's not that I want to torture you by not sharing the info. No, there is some info I know where I'm waiting confirmation, and I'm also using this info to double check the other info I'm receiving. But there will be 2 more exciting models. So if the Sony A7R6 is not something for you, wait out for the next models, because you will have so many new options and reasons to spend your money on Sony cameras, because they are all exciting. If confirmed, they're all exciting models. Okay, the trusted sources in all that excitement about the new 3 cameras are likely to be announced one after another. They didn't tell me if the new lenses will finally be announced, at the 16-28 2.0 GM, the 100-400 4.0 GM, the 100-400 G variable aperture. We know those lenses are coming next. I guess 1 or 2 lenses will be announced along the Sony A7R6, but I should get more info in the next days and weeks. Also keep in mind that if you don't care about Sony, there will be exciting announcement from Panasonic for sure. There's a new high-end model coming pretty soon. And also in the recent interviews released by Panasonic, they made it clear that for the 25th anniversary, they want to go full Monty with a ton of models. I bet there is a new fixed lens, high-end premium compact camera with probably 4/3 sensor coming this year. I bet there might be even a compact micro 4/3 camera coming, and obviously I'll mount Cine focused full frame camera also. So expect those 3 cameras coming from Panasonic, but there's also then Canon, Nikon, Fujifilm and others, and some Chinese manufacturers that will also release the first cameras. Exciting time ahead. So definitely subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button if you don't want to miss any of the upcoming exciting and exclusive rumors that I can share on this channel. I'm working as fast as I can, folks, to give you reliable info as soon as I can, okay? Just give me some more time, but I'm excited, and if you know me for a long time, you know that if I'm excited, most of the time it's for real and it's not for clickbait like you see on so many other YouTube channels. Sony is going big into this year with the Sony A7R6. It will be big with the other 2 cameras coming after this, and probably other cameras coming second half of the year. So the giant is waking up. See you soon, folks.